A fitting song to bring us back from the break because Wildcard are running out of time to find points to, at the very least, get themselves out of relegations. I mean, honestly, like, you know, we have a bit of a chuckle about it, but Guz, this is pretty serious right now for Wildcard.
Very serious. I don't think they're mathematically locked in for relegations, but they're very, very close. And honestly, mentally, by now, it's got to be getting so tiring and so challenging for them. I think rhythm and order, the last game of the night, will be very telling for that story and could set it in stone a little bit more.
Certainly could, but before we get there, we've got Roffle and Chiefs. Let's go ahead and start chatting about this one. Vast, what are we expecting from this matchup in particular?
I mean, I'm expecting Chiefs to win, but, you know, historically, Roffle have taken it to Chiefs. I mean, Stage 1 playoffs, that was a pretty tight game. Went to the third map, and, you know, the third map was pretty tight. And in Stage 2, Roffle did steal, I'm going to say steal, the win from Chiefs.
Sounds like that one's got a bit of a sting to it, mate.
It definitely stings, that 7-7 rush.
Yeah, that's a bit of a rough one. But Guz, I mean, I think this edition has been, this edition of Kaken and Wettables has made this roster pretty dangerous. I don't know whether it's translated necessarily into results.
Yeah, they've been a pretty dynamic duo, and in fact, there's been a couple of games where they've been posting some really good stats and seem to be slotting in quite comfortably. But unfortunately, as a unit, translating it across to results on the table, not as successful. They do find themselves heading into this play day. I believe they're in 6th position. Yeah, 6th position on 4 points. So not in the best of spots. If they can get some points tonight, though, then yeah, they'll be not nipping at the heels of the top 5. And again, top 5 make the gauntlet.
And speaking of the top 5 and teams that are made the gauntlet and run the gauntlet, the Chiefs is who they're coming up against. A roster that has gone back-to-back champions, minus, of course, Ethan, but apparently he just slots in nicely to this roster. Vast, I'll come to you first to break down what this roster has achieved so far in Stage 3.
Yeah, so far in Stage 3, they've had quite a good run. There's been a few hiccups on the way, but right now, currently, they are 3 wins and 1 loss in OCN. So I'd say, all in all, that's pretty good. In Stage 2, Stage 1, you know, they've always had a few hiccups and still qualified for playoffs and won the tournament. So for them, it's just getting as high of a result as possible for playoffs.
Guz?
Well, I mean, Chiefs have shown in the past they don't need to finish first. So, I mean, you may as well let them finish second and get that warm-up game heading into the BO5, right? I don't know. What more really needs to be said? Chiefs at this point, yeah, back-to-back champs. They've been looking pretty solid. I don't think this matchup is going to be too much of a challenge for them. We're not expecting it to be, but hey, you never know. After that first game, anything is possible.
Yeah, and after what we've seen all year long, we're really a bit uncertain, I'll be completely honest with you. But nevertheless, this one has the potential to be, again, guys, like you prefaced right at the start of last game, a stomp or, you know, a close game. And, I mean, Overt, I never imagined that Overt were going to go 7-2 over Wildcard, but I certainly knew they were going to be competitive. However, Vast, do you agree that this one might be a little bit more leaning toward Chiefs in terms of the let's say, favoured column?
Yeah, I mean, I think Chiefs have a more diverse map pool. Roffle really haven't shown that they can play a lot of maps in their results, which will, you know, give them an edge in the veto system. I'm really interested to see where Roffle go with the veto system because I was trying to kind of think about it, and you know, they have a lot of options on what maps they can go to today. I think if they can try to get a map that Chiefs have kind of been struggling a bit, that will definitely, you know, even out the odds.
Yeah, and guys, as we look at the map vetoes here, we can start to dissect and break down a little bit more as to what we will come to expect. So whenever those vetoes are ready, there we go. Clubhouse is where we go again, guys. It's another Clubhouse night. I mean, I actually haven't had one for a while, so I'm kind of happy. But we do go back there. Give me your thoughts.
Yeah, so Clubhouse is a solid map for the Chiefs, 8-0 record this year. So Roffle's trying to beat the odds, but on the flip side, it's also been Roffle's most won map, a 4-2 record. So, I mean, yeah, they're both pretty strong on this map. In terms of what maps got banned out, I don't want to take too much away from Vast, but Chalet being banned out from the Chiefs are a little bit interesting. I guess they have shown some promise on Chalet, but why would you pass that opportunity up when you've got Clubhouse ready and waiting, I guess?
Fast.
Yeah, I mean, not too much to actually add on. Pretty standard bans. Again, with this veto, I wasn't really anticipating much because Chiefs. I knew that they were going to ban Cafe, but I had no clue for anything else. And Ruffle, as I said, they had a lot of options coming in today. Seems like Chiefs have gone with Clubhouse over Chalet. Maybe the past results against Ruffle, they maybe don't feel comfortable versing Ruffle's Chalet. So, Ruffle did look kind of good against Order on Clubhouse, but, Chiefs' Clubhouse is completely different to Order. They definitely won't give him as much breathing room and map control for free. And Ruffle are going to constantly, feel the pressure on this map.
Kind of feels like you know Chiefs a little bit more intimately than most, Vast. But give me a quick final thoughts here, mate, before we head into the clubhouse.
Quick final thoughts. Look, it's dub house for Chiefs. 7-1. 7-1, there it is.
Oh, jeez, clip
That's a bit generous. That's a bit generous.
Oh, you're being generous. You know what? I've never heard dub house before, so I'm taking that one, Vast. I'm stealing that. And also, we're going to leave you there because it's time to get underway. Chiefs are looking to secure playoffs, and, well, Roflcopter are looking to stay in contention for playoffs. Guys, it's Clubhouse, and it's one of the best versus one of the teams in OCN.
Clubhouse? I thought it was Dub House.
Oh, he's dub house, baby. Let's go.
Wouldn't mind listening to a bit of dubstep. Yeah, I like that term. And honestly, you can coin Chiefs with this term if you don't want to say Wildcard's the best team on this map. And maybe tonight showing us that we overestimated them potentially a little bit. Chiefs not far behind with that 8-0 record, looking solid. In terms of the head-to-head, they've never actually played each other on this map. Vast touched on it earlier. Chalet, Ruffle won that 8-7. Previous to that, we saw Cafe brought out. And before that, Villa. So we don't even really know what to expect. Recent form, at least, on these two over on Club. So keen to see how it plays out. We're already seeing different bans from match one. Thatch taken out this time as opposed to the double hard bridge.
Yeah. Valk, quite similar. And I guess if it's a mirror to finish things out, or close things out, I should say. Finish things out sounds a little bit weird. We'll wait and see. Could be a cheeky little spice pick, but so yeah, I like that. Let's get it on the road. Okay,
so keen to see how much this opens up the map. If Jaeger taken down, well, Maya is going to be a bit of a crutch for both of these teams, we would presume. On most objectives, most setups, you are going to want some form of projectile denial. Otherwise, you will probably suffer quite a bit. Church will be the first site. Mute Mozzie Vigil shown by the Chiefs, and Miro not banned out on this occasion. Played.
What did I have for dinner today?
I don't know if we'll necessarily see an aggressive roam here from the Chiefs, but as Vast alluded to, map control probably going to be one of their priorities, and yeah, the 6-pick onto Castle. I think it's fair to say it's probably going to be a pretty extensive roam.
I don't know about that one. I think you might be wrong there, guys. You know me and my IQ. But look, I did preface as we were getting into the fly-throughs for this map that if Chiefs win this, they will secure playoffs. Now, that was only off my my quick 2 + 2 = 4 math, so I can't really be fully confirmed on that. But if they manage to take away 3 points, they'll be on 12 points, which puts them well above the rest of the pack. Now, the HP Omen community vote definitely has Chiefs in favour. I don't really know anyone in their right mind that would come into this game expecting Ruffle to take it. So that really puts a big target on Chiefs' back. I think it takes a little bit of the pressure away from Ruffle.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Some pre-placed drones, as we can see, cake inside a garage. I assume there's probably one on the western side of the map as well, indicating Ruffle will want to go for a map clear, at least monitoring where these defenders are positioned. Where they're just establishing that final castle barricade. Yeah, how proficient is Ruffle going to be on this roam clear? Again, the Chiefs are not going to give up map control easy. They're going to be quite relentless here. And what's this from Ruffle? Are they shaping up for
Oh, yeah, they are. Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Oh, they're going to be stopped in their tracks. Worthy with a double kill. He could have found more, but of course, Kagan, sharp as ever. Due diligence not done. What on earth is going on? Roflcopter trying to kick start. And in fact, they've just been stunted in their place. I mean, it's like trying to take off from the lights in a manual and just stalling instantly.
Can we get a can we get a replay of that round? And I don't mean like a replay. I mean, can we just like start the game again? Like that round doesn't count.
That, I don't know, man. That's one of the weirdest starts to a game I think I've ever seen. Like,
of all the rushes you could go for on this map, that's one I have never seen before, and it's one I don't think I ever want to see again.
no, I mean, like, they then have to... I take it that the bar hatch was open. I mean,
It must have been, yeah.
yeah, that is just insane. It just really felt like they were not in position to do that. But regardless, we move forward here, guys, because we're going to CCTV and Cash, where we'll see Chiefs most likely replicate their success, but probably not in as little time.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Yeah, that was wild. Anyway, yeah, we do move forward, and we get to see what we can produce, or what Roffle rather can produce here on this top floor.
Now it's time for us to give a big shout out to Livin, of course, coming back on to sponsor us for God knows how many seasons or stages in a row. They've been a fantastic advocate for mental health. Of course, they're trying to break that stigma and ensure that everyone can get the help that they need. It really ain't weak to speak. Now, one of the big parts of their campaign is their merchandise. We all rep it. It's comfy as all buggery. All you need to do, type !LIVIN in the chat. Follow the prompts. If you do want 15% off at checkout, type in OCN 15. Without any further ado, though, we love you, Livin. Let's get into the map. Round 2 for Chiefs here, and a big one where Roflcopter will need to bounce back. Don't want to see them going down in the mud again.
Yeah, they've already survived longer than the last round, so that is a small improvement, but understandably so, as they go for a more traditional take here on the attack. God Legion lit up, Western Rome, but yeah, this is this relentless map control that Fast was talking about. Chiefs wanting to delay the inevitable. Hot shot, Maverick tricking the wall. Wedables assisting. Just being mindful though, cautious of a potential jump out. Hot shot to get this wall open pretty soon, one would hope, but plenty of time still left, of course. Oh, we didn't get the wall.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, no!
Oh, no! That's not what you want to see! Oh, that is one that I'm sure will come back to haunt Roflcopter in this round, guys. That is kennels closed. They do still have OJ that can run across and open things up and potentially push the proceedings, but he's all the way in con. What is going on?
Yeah, I think Roffle transitioning for a West take. Worthy preempted that with the Nitro pre-plays down below. Kitchen through the Logi. It didn't hit the mark, so that's one less for the plan or the execute for Chiefs. We'll see those players now rotate up towards red, or maybe even God Legion fortified down below with Worthy. Some strange positions here from both teams. Very weird to get a read on how this one's going to play out, but Roffle have some decent pressure in towards site with that con to cash wall open.
Wedables doesn't really have to do a hell of a lot apart from cut off most of these choke points as players try to rotate around on site, unless Fisho does that and rips your damn head off, because then you're going to be in a little bit of trouble. Now no pressure out on the single window of servers as all three members from Roffle are trying to push in, and oh my god, that's a nice pick from Digital, but quickly traded out.
45 seconds left now. Boydie and Kaken need to produce something pretty special here to try and bring this one back, but they're being pinched. Kaken does find one onto Fisho. That's a nice shot. Worthy gets the down in response. Kaken, a 3K in this round with 30 seconds left on the board.
He's had a pretty unreal start to his OCN campaign. He's going to have to do a little bit more here, though. Worthy and Ethan, no slouches, two of the best gunners that we have in Oceania. Worthy spotted him cross, but he is going to be able to pick up Boydie now. It turns into a 2v2, but Worthy takes his time and capitalizes perfectly. Kakin stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's got to make a move, but Worthy will be waiting for him, and Chiefs secure a second round.
Bit of a messy one there in more ways than one. The breach not really being opened up too well there by the Maverick, and then a bit of chaos from both teams. Kaken stepping up, but couldn't put himself on a big enough pedestal really to carry that round, and the Chiefs able to close it out. A 2-0 lead. We always talk about that being quite critical leading into that third objective. If Chiefs can do that round the world trip, then things start to look pretty dire for Roffle. When we start asking questions as to whether or not they'll be able to win any of these objectives. Where will they be able to get that first round?
Let's wait and see, I guess. It's the only thing we can do, you know, guys. That's quite literally the only thing we can do as commentators and as viewers. Wait and see where that comes onto the board. But ready on the alibi. I'm liking. I do like seeing the alibi. It's one of my favourite ops. Not that I'm.
You said that last. You said that last game too.
No. I said that I like alibi as an operator in terms of on this map. I did not say that I like playing her. Okay, you don't do me dirty like that. You are not Xenox. You are not the boss.
Sorry, I forgot that you had so many hours on this game. Have you not been playing with me?
No comment. Love worthy. That's the key point and the key take. You know what? I thought that you were better than Xenox, but it turns out that you're two of the bloody same. Disappointed. Disappointed. Not disappointed in the Chiefs though. We can be. I think we can both agree on that. Nice start to the game, and there is no signs of slowing down.
Already quick entry over towards Strip. Looking, I think, to maybe deal with that Electro Claw, covering the Jacuzzi wall. Ethan on a lurk down below as well. So again, the Chiefs wanting map control. OJ thinks about opening up con early, but will think better of it. No, replaces the X-Men Thermic. I don't know if he's trying to counter something, but yeah, no bandit on the board, so yeah, I don't know exactly what happened there. Either way though, hot shot. Let's see if he can do a better job here on Jacuzzi. Last round struggling to open up Kennel's wall. Hopefully this time a little bit cleaner.
Looks like it. Chiefs weren't looking to do the nonsense on the drywall there, so I guess at the very least, well, I guess that's not really drywall, is it? It's more just planks of wood slapped on top of each other. And there we go, Boydie now opening things up, giving Ruffle a swing, bada, swing! Hits it on the second, but Chiefs now, with a minute 40, have a bit to play around. That mirror window for Fisho could be quite menacing.
Yeah, mirror wasn't played in the last game, so we didn't get to see strongholds like this be much of a problem. We saw teams revert to impact tricking above walls, but Chiefs taking the proactive approach here with the mirror. K can take him down as well elsewhere. That's the first pick in the round. One of the hard breaches off the board. A cheeky little confidence booster for Fisho is actually going quite well, 4-1, and they just keep falling like flies. Hot shot and Wettables now in a very precarious position.
Yeah, I mean, all kills come off camera, and by no fault of our wonderful Mandy, because honestly, what is going on right now? Seriously, what do you even know is going to happen? I mean, it looks like one of the players is taking a peek out of the Jacuzzi after there was a nade in the hand of, I think it was Hot Shot. It's so hard to follow sometimes, and right now, it's even more so. Kills coming left, right, and center. I think Ethan and Worthy have both found themselves a kill, at least one, if not two. Or, what's Irrigate here on the logistics hatch? That makes things a little bit more difficult for Roffle. They still have some drones up on the board that they'll be able to displace that with, but at the very least, I do like that. It's
gates on hatch is underrated. It's not something we see all that often, but yeah, nice little change up. For this round, yeah, it's basically over anyway.
Maybe not. You never know.
Maybe
not. Maybe not. Oh god, I thought God Legion was the one that fell to Hot Shot, but it's not to be. And that pretty much seals the deal. Wettables 1v3 with absolutely no time on the clock. It's all about just waiting until his own demise. Do you save the KD or do you go for it? Digital will catch him off. 3 straight on the trot for the Chiefs.
And that's that red flag that we sort of prefaced heading into round 3. If Ruffle don't manage to pick up something there, well, then where are they going to win a round? Chiefs now can rotate back to basement, their primary side of choice, arguably probably going to be their strongest. And based on the op phase, Mute Mozzie, and we'll probably see the Mirror 6 pick again onto Castle. They're going to go for a similar setup, and I don't know if Ruffle will really be able to deal with it. So it's a tough scenario that they find themselves in. Maybe we're discrediting them a little bit. Round 1 was that failed rush, so if they tidy things up and go for something a little bit more traditional here, Ruffle that is, maybe they can find success.
It's just the key thing right now is maybe. The big M word. Chiefs are pretty good at shutting that down, so wait and see though. Extending, and no doubt Ruffle will not be looking for the shenanigans. Guz? No shenanigans this time. Or maybe there will be. Who knows? I never know.
I just saw a really good meme from Chucky.
10 seconds.
You know that clown meme where it's like gradually putting on the makeup?
Yeah.
It's like, I can't believe Overt took Wildcard to Clubhouse, and then the second is Clubhouse is Wildcard's best map. And then, don't worry, Wildcard can bring back a 2-4 half. And then the last one's just shit.
Chucky,
Yeah, we did look like clowns. I mean, we'll be the first to admit it.
Yeah, you're not bad,
100%,
Chucky.
like 100%.
You're definitely not bad with some of these. I'll call you out for it, mate.
Chucky's pretty good. He gets the job done.
He does. He does. You know what? He's one of the better memers in our region. So Chiefs are really just at the point where they can dictate the rest of this half. They've been, I mean, I feel like they've been dictating the pace, and at this point, where do Roflcopter find their openings? Where do they find their rounds? Because they are really just, they're firing on all cylinders, and that's what we wanted to see from Chiefs heading into Playday 5.
Dude.
Yep.
He's really struggling with these walls. What's going on? It wasn't prepped by the defense, where sometimes, you know, you see them butcher it up and make it difficult, and he still is finding it tough. I don't know what part's attached. Frags elsewhere, though. 2 minutes left on the board, so it is a 4 versus 4. Some of that vert potential taken away from Rofl with Boydie sent to the grave, but Vigil dealt with should aid in this room clear.
You say that, but this is one of the most butchered walls I think I've ever seen in my life.
This is fun. This is frustrating to watch, but
OCD starting to kick
I'm
in
not
here.
I'm not an expert, so I mean, yeah, I don't want to be critical. That's not our job. But Hotshot needs to be hitting those. It's really frustrating. I'm sure it's frustrating for him, no doubt. But for the rest of the team, now trying to gain map control, it's just slowing down this process a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, we're already past that halfway point, and we're only now seeing first floor being droned out and inspected for safety on the side of the attack. So it has just made things a little bit awkward. Probably not overly costly. I don't think the Chiefs were holding CCTV, you know, that intently. I don't think it's going to be the linchpin for the rest of this execute, but yeah, a little bit disappointing.
Roflcopter now getting into position. Big question is, where is Ethan? Because I can't see him on site, and we did see him in Garage last. There he is. So he still has that potential to kind of cut off that entire side of the map. He's got Worthy there as well. It just feels like Rofl now are kind of pinched into one decision, which is going to be that front side take around the hatch, and Worthy's waiting to receive.
30 seconds left on the board. Weddable's peeking short. Kaken lit up elsewhere. Diffuser in hand. 60 HP. Ethan with the flank finds one. Traded though. Rofl with the man advantage. One of those players down. However, will need to likely go for the res. 15 seconds left.
This is a problem. Worthy's on this line right now, and Rofl, they will surely swing right into his position, and a player like Worthy, he's not going to miss more than one. Hotshot, though, has made it into a 1v2. Digital couldn't get enough done, as now Worthy rotates back into the hallway, just catching out Hotshot with a second and a HP. Oh my God, they're both on a lick. He's surely going to be able to finish things off here. Worthy clutches up big in a 1v2, and Chiefs are showing no signs, of slowing down.
Yeah, no mercy from the Chiefs so far, and even when Rofl was so close to being able to claim around, Worthy just puts them to sleep. Really well played in the end. Great flank as well here from Ethan. He was that one player over towards CCTV, so maybe that clear earlier in the round for Rofl, some of the issues they were experiencing did actually come back to bite them. And both players in that clutch really, really low. Worthy able to one-tap them both in the end, or at least would have been able to one-tap the second who fell off the plant. A 4-0 lead, and the Chiefs, yeah, like you mentioned, really no signs of slowing down at the moment.
No. Certainly things that we can pick apart for Rofl here. Last thing you want to see is Chiefs running away with a 6-0 half. We know that Clubhouse can be pretty comfortable on the defense, but 6 rounds unachievable, especially against a team of this caliber, a different pedigree at the moment. And this is a Rofl timeout. I guess the question really becomes when was this going to be used? Because after the second round, it was pretty evident the Chiefs were in the driving seat. It's taken them 4, and I think that maybe this might have been left a little bit too late.
It's been rough for Rofl. 2 rounds though on the attack would be fine. Finding them is going to be tough. Chiefs on all their sites have been looking really, really strong. And Roffle, I mean, if my memory serves me correctly, that last round that we just saw in basement is probably the closest we've seen to a round win. Outside of that, the Chiefs are just looking great. So very rough time. I don't know how much a tactical timeout is going to benefit them, but hey, better late than never if you want to call this a late tack.
Do love to watch the player cams in these tack timeouts. It gives us a pretty good overview of who's calling the shots and who have the ideas. Good insight into the team at the very least. CCTV cash here for Chiefs. And I mean, I just don't see this really ending well for Roffle. Yeah, here we go.
Defenders, protect your bombs
It's
from being
got to be
used by
now.
attackers.
They cannot afford to let these rounds slip. And depending on the result of, you know, the following matches, Roffle's position in terms of playoffs, it's going to be pretty tricky depending on the performances that we see from Overt and Rhythm for the rest of the season.
Yeah, no doubt. So Roffle in a tough position and attacking top floor, no doubt going to be a challenge. The one thing for me that I really want to see tidied up here, and it's such a, not simple, but such a basic mechanic, a staple mechanic is the word I'm looking for on this map that has to be executed cleanly, is hot shot on the Mav on the wall. Now, has been shotgunned out by Fish or Ethan, one of the two early here, so it's going to be a little bit tricky, but Hotshot really needs to clean that up. Make sure the wall's just open nice and early. He doesn't lose his life. Again, with Thatcher banned out, it is critical that you're nailing that and getting the job done, as Fisher on the mute can counter that, or Digital with Electro Claws. So yeah, really looking at him to step up.
Now, generally at the start of the round for Roflcopter, they get a little bit done, but it still feels like there's just a little bit too much, again, like you're kind of mentioning with this exact position here, it just feels like this takes a little bit too long for Roflcopter to get done, and it really does hinder them. This time, things are moving a lot quicker at the very least. I feel like we have to intently watch this. Love this. Weddable's walking him through it.
It's like a weird horror movie.
It is. Oh, no.
And he hasn't. Yeah, again, it's been caught. Now, will he be punished? Digital's watching. This could be very, very sketchy.
Oh, jeez, that's too close for comfort, honestly. That is way too close for comfort, guys.
Yeah.
But I guess the job gets done, right? The job gets done.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. And that's a good objective that Roffle have been able to achieve and overcome. Leaves them a minute 30 left in the round. Hotshot able to use more of his fuel to clear that mute jammer on Garage. Now Worthy is under a bit of pressure. God Legion tries to contest over towards the pool table window. Boydie, though, with the presence of mind to shut that down. And again, Worthy now under even more pressure to try and find a response.
There is a really awkward position there where if Worthy was able to contest the players outside of Garage and God Legion was to go undetected, that could have done some insane amount of damage. Oh my God, Worthy decides to aggress. He saw the nade coming and it was go time. He might even find a second here. You watch this. He doesn't slow down, not for 1 second. The man's is hungry, Guz. Oh, there you go. Get punished.
Yeah, bit of an awkward engagement. Wedables, though, still low for the remainder of this round. Holding that cross could be tough. A good swing will shut him down. Now, our focus goes towards Rafters. Flash is being used by OJ to try and flush out this position need to follow Ethan to find a pick elsewhere. Again, Wedables on the cross taken down. This execute will still be tough. Yes, it's a 3 versus 2, but with no one outside the breach, it will be tough.
Guys, you could probably say it'll be tough.
Challenging, difficult, hard.
We are commentators here and we use English words. Ethan uses a shotgun and that's all the talking that needs to be done. Surely bloody not. It's the shotgun duo. Fisho guy and Ethan clean house. Chiefs are dominating this map.
You see what I mean though? That's pretty tough.
Yeah. It was pretty
right
tough,
when I said
guys.
it, I was like, why did I say tough again? You just know sometimes when you're casting, you just say a word too many times and you're just like, God damn it.
Yeah, it's the discussion that we had with Vars the other day where, you know, like sometimes you say things and you can't take it back. It's just too late. And you have to suffer the consequences.
Yeah, talking about suffering consequences, right? 5 rounds in, Rofl's still yet to claim anything. And honestly, outside of that one attempt in basement, this has been very dominant for Chiefs, like incredibly dominant. It's almost like that first round foreshadowed the storyline for this matchup. We didn't expect it to be this one-sided. Yes, Chiefs, back-to-back champs, good map pool. They're a solid team, and Clubhouse is their best map. But I don't know, I didn't quite feel it was going to be this extreme. I don't see any reason why this won't be a 6-0, even maybe a 7-0. It could well be a flawless match, which would be pretty insane. And I'm sure Vast will be chuffed because I believe he predicted a pretty one-sided storyline.
Storyline. Geez, you're doing so well today, mate. I'm so glad.
I just lost the plot.
You're just feeling the pressure, you know, being with one of the best in the biz. I get it, mate.
I'm just capitulating, you know.
Here we go.
As old mate would say.
It was a tantalising prospect, you know. The night could potentially have gone well, but it's just spiralling out of control now. Look, one question I am 100% going to be asking Digital when we come back to it is just like Ethan has seamlessly integrated into this roster as if he didn't take a year off from playing. Like,
yep.
This guy is just come straight back into this team. Not only is he gelling well, but he is fragging out of his mind. He's still as sharp as he was the day he left. That right there is like, you can't teach that. You cannot teach that.
Yeah, it was wild. I remember the first play day, I was kind of like, if Ethan plays half as well as he did when he left, you know, he'll be greatly received by the team. And
yeah,
I don't think he's quite reached maybe that same level, but he's not far off it. He's been playing really, really well. He's posting strong numbers across all these matches and just always feels like he's having an impact. Yeah, just such a great player, and I look forward to following his development, which I'm sure is no doubt going to, get even better. Cheeky Nitro Cell there early in this round. From Digital, doesn't find a kill, as Hot Shot looks to open up Jacuzzi. Much cleaner on this occasion, so that's 2 from 2 now from Hot Shot, which is lovely to see and alleviates some of that pressure for the rest of the team.
I just had a mini heart attack. I saw the drone come down, I thought it was a C4, and I thought it was all done. I thought it was over there, but it's not to be. And look, I was going to make a reference about you simping hard for Ethan, but I think we all are simping hard for one of the best back in action. So I can't blame you there, guys.
Halfway through the round now, Digital forced back. 3 flashes being sent in that Jacuzzi breach. Maybe Rofl looking to mount something from this position. Boydie being very, very vigilant as Worthy is applying pressure inside of Garage. Doesn't quite find his mark. Digital with an electro core tries to deny those salvos. It's a fraction too slow. And now Rofl can mount an attack.
Oh, Boydie, no. You've done Worthy absolutely dirty, but this might be a bit of a trade. Digital had the opportunity, but I'm sure it was nothing but a pixel in it. Boydie still trying to find something with a nade. Doesn't hit the mark, and now a 4v5. Rofl starting to look good for their first round on the board.
Not much util left though. Only 1 Claymore, no projectiles, so that will make things tough. Digital forced. Did find a pick. Downed in the process, but the Chiefs might be able to hold on.
Oh, that is an unreal C4, but it doesn't find anything. God Legion now. 1v4. We've seen some outrageous things, but he'll be shut down from every single angle. RoflCopter finally find one on the board as we go 5-1.
A clean half for the Chiefs. Not quite faultless, but close enough. A 5-1 lead heading across to their attack. Looking good. Rofl, they claimed something, but unfortunately it was a very, very challenging first half for them.
Certainly was. Now, we get to see them potentially on their more comfortable side of choosing. Defense generally gives a little bit more of a leeway on Clubhouse, and Roflcopter will be looking for every inch that they can claim, especially against Chiefs that are really firing. And I mean, how do you slow this down? How do you stop the bleeding for Roffle? I don't see a way in which in the next 6 rounds the Chiefs can't confirm 2.
Yeah, well, it's another SSG roam, so looking to slow down the pace of this round and force a map clear. We'll see whether or not that actually works out. Interesting pocket pick with the Ella being brought out from Boydie, shotgun as well, so that's something a little bit spicy. I'm not sure how much of an impact that will have, but at least offering a deployable shield to the team and some crowd control. Fisher this time on the hard breach now as the halves are switched. We'll see how clean he is. And, that was, whoa! You sound very excited by that, Rob.
That was just so clean. One swipe and he's out, mate. That is just... Gotta love to see that.
That's going to be the Guzmone of the week.
Yeah, it might well be, actually. I think that's popped back up here. That was nasty. I just... It's just so gorgeous.
Go.
Oh,
Don't
Guz.
set up. Drone established. Boydie and Caken, the only 2 on site. I reckon Chiefs could honestly make this work.
Boydie's got absolutely no clue. The rest of Roflcopter have no clue. Chiefs are about to bang down the door, and what can Roffle do but sit and wait? You see them scrambling to try and hold, but it looks like at least a trade. Ethan now got the long line, but God Legion continues to do the damage. Roflcopter, they've brought this back somehow, guys. 2v2, and now it's on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, Chiefs can play off that deployable shield, but they don't have that diffuser in hand. It was dropped over towards the B chassis. You can see it right of screen. So getting across, picking that up, isn't going to be the easiest of tasks.
Surely he got caught on the cross. That is, the Banshee there as well. So Roffle, that's what we talk about when we talk about the pre-prepped utility. Ethan's going to be able to spot the first. He does not have to find the kill. He's just going to wait, and oh my God, that is teamwork coming together like ABC. Chiefs are on match point.
Yeah, really clean work there. Being able to pick up the diffuser like that, stay alive, and force Roffle to reposition, really, really well played. And I mean, even taking a step back further from that, great drone work and really good teamwork from Chiefs to see that opportunity, seize upon it and make it work. And in some strange irony, the one piece of utility and the one player I called out being Boydie with that Ella deployable shield, it was the one piece of utility that actually was so helpful for the Chiefs because they could just hold down that long angle, and a really good game sense there to use utility against opponent an opponent. Chiefs with match point now, and yeah, I think it's over.
Yep. It's just a matter of how many rounds is it going to take the Chiefs. We know that the Chiefs, I wouldn't say they play with their food necessarily, not in the same sense that we see a team like Knights do, but certainly this could roll on depending on how comfortable they are and how quickly they just want to get this done and dusted. Again, Worthy, just honest to God, like a standout player, absolutely unbelievable at what he does. His mechanics are second to none, and that's in the entire APAC region. There are not many that can put up numbers so consistently like we see with Worthy. And once again, just highlighting that point. You know, the rest of Chiefs they're doing their job. They're well and truly all punching quite heavily, and Roflcopter just cannot take the heat. This is exactly what we want to see, guys. And I've mentioned this before. That's one thing that kind of disappoints me a little bit about OCN sometimes is the teams that we really look to, you know, Chiefs and Knights specifically. We'll just say those two. Sometimes they really do let that ball slip, but it's good to see Playday 5. Chiefs are not taking any chances. Yeah,
the Chiefs on a little bit of a heater at the moment, playing really well. Okay, so this is cool. Wettables adapting, bringing the mirror onto the board, popped open. That's going to make it challenging for the wall to now be opened. And in fact, Fisher is just going to completely ignore it, at least for now. So I like that adaptation from Roffle, making things a little bit more difficult. But with Ace available, Worthy might be able to get the job done. I think there was an impact trick attempted there from Hotshot, but doesn't hit the mark. That's a nice line of sight. Might be vaultable as well for the Chiefs.
Yeah, that sucks. It sounded like it hit the mark, just Maybe a
later,
fraction off, yeah. That's a feels bad, that's for sure. But regardless now, Rofl are going to have to deal with the fact that not only is there a line of sight directly into server, but there may well be, as you said, a vaultable hole, which could really pay dividends for Chiefs. But one thing's for sure, you don't want to play chances and wait until the last second of the round to see whether it is vaultable or not. Regardless, it seems like Chiefs have really set themselves up quite nicely here. They've got the line from the top right side of the garage so it can watch through to the window of, or the window vault, I should say, of rafters. And slowly but surely, they just continue to squeeze Rofl on site.
Yeah, and it looks like Ethan's heading down below with Buck to maybe play Vert in towards the objective, and God Legion as well down below to assist in that. Also as well, the Chiefs making good work on garage, so they really are doing a good job in getting some of these tasks ticked off, I guess, if you want to describe it in that manner. Fisher is under a little bit of pressure. There is a lone roamer over towards pool table, I think, but not going to really pose too much of a threat. It's OJ now rotating back up above, and you can see that Rofl playing quite cautiously, not wanting to sit on side all that much, and with Ethan down below, that's probably a wise decision.
Like to use the reference of baseball, you know. All plates are starting to come together, loaded if you will, and unfortunately the nade doesn't really hit the mark for Fisho. He's taken, God, that's a lot of damage he's taken there, and it looks like the plan might be, oh my God, Boydie. Reactions of a sloth.
Oh, clean from Worthy as well, so it's a 3 versus 5. Now he still has one someone to use. Chiefs will want to get a nice entry point in towards the objective. Ethan watching the rotation elsewhere, and with that cross being held, the Chiefs are primed and are ready to take the round.
Just waiting for the home run. Ethan now, oh my God, just knows exactly what he's looking to do. It's OJ who gets taken down. Hot shot, what can he get done? Absolutely nothing. The Chiefs swarm all over RoflCopter, and a 7-1 scoreline ensures that Vast is a predictor of the highest stature.
Can we get some love hearts in the chat for God Legion? That was such a beautiful celebration from him, really heartwarming stuff. Not really too much to add, it was just a thrashing, honestly. 7-1 at the end, Chiefs showing why this is their best map.
Yep, and as we bring Vast back in to join us, I'm sure there'll be a grin from ear to ear as he knows full well what he's done. You know what you've done, Vast. Don't pretend like you don't. That is disgustingly accurate from you.
Ah, that felt so good. Let's cut this game. I feel like I won that game, to be honest. I don't know why.
I'm just reading this right now. Oh my God. Talk about a speed run. Chiefs must have the Samsung NVMe SSDs in their PCs, because they have just smashed the record of the fastest game by 6 minutes in OCN. 6 minutes. The closest was Overt versus Wildcard. Took 41 minutes. This took 35 minutes, guys. What?
Yeah, and that's on Clubhouse as well, which tends to have really slow build-ups to execute. So that is definitely really, really impressive, and goes to show just how dominant this was for the Chiefs. And as we said in the veto, this has been an 8-0 record for them so far this year. Now it's 9-0. They'll probably be shooting for double digits sooner rather than later as well.
I mean, not Guz, Vast. God damn it. I am just tripping on your name tonight, Vast. And I mean, one team that's just not tripping at all right now. It is Chiefs. That is what we wanted to see from them. And that's what you expected. I don't think Guz and I expected such dominance, but we definitely expected them to take this game. This is a good sign for them heading into the latter parts of Stage 3.
I mean, yeah, just off last night's performance, it just seemed like, to me, when I was watching the game, a lot more things were clicking and they were kind of finding their groove. I mean, even though I predicted 7-1, I don't want to rub it in, but honestly, I don't think any of us predicted them to come out like that, the way they did. Just their game plan today, just that high progression from Worthy, Ethan, and the rest of the team. You know, Rofl really struggled with that. They just could not, for the life of them, punish the aggression. And yeah, just the pressure, they just couldn't keep up with it, honestly. There's not really too much to go into, as you guys were saying. It was just one of those games where just Chiefs, you know, pulled out their, you know, hyper-aggressive side that they can pull out in certain games.
That's crazy. For a stomp like 7-1 in one of the fastest games we've had in OCN, or the fastest game we've had in OCN, it kind of baffles me how the scorecard isn't, like, completely one-sided, guys. It actually, like, Rofl still had a couple of close rounds in there.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah,
Appreciate that, mate.
I mean,
Thanks.
there was the one that they won round 6, and there was like that one basement attack. I think that got a little bit close. That was maybe one. Honestly, I'm clutching at straws to think of much.
Appreciate you,
what I
mate.
will say is that we should add the match length to that graphic. That'd be pretty cool because that was a fun stat. That was actually really good. I'd love to be able to compare match lengths going forward. Yeah.
Comparing links, eh? It's always good. Hey, Jesse himself was freaking digital. The absolute legend himself. I'm going to move on from that joke. How you doing, mate? It's great to see you once again. I feel like it's always
Hey,
you.
guys.
We're seeing a bloody grinning smile, and Cookie Monster makes you look a fool. But I do need to ask you before we kick off from anything. I'm sure we've already talked to you about, Ethan's integration to the roster, and Vars is down there, so I don't want to go too deep into Vars leaving the roster. But I do need to ask, were you expecting Ethan to kind of gel so quickly and compete back at the level that he is already?
Yeah, nah. Well, we could already sort of tell from scrims, and like, even just playing rank with him, like, he's still got the game wrapped around his head the right way. So yeah, integrating really well and showing everyone, that he's still a world-class player.
Just on the map, Dig, it has been a little while since you've played Clubhouse, but this year you've been really successful. Heading into tonight, it was an 8-0 record, now 9-0. What's the key to success? Narrow it down in a sentence.
I don't know. We just like club. I was surprised to see it up. So, Rofl wanted to, take a bite, and they failed. So, may that be like sort of a testament to other teams. Yeah, be it what or not, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Just really sort of well played from the boys. Just sort of standard stock, sort of game from us on Clubhouse.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm kind of a bit useless. I don't really have a question. Second game in the row, this is a bit bad.
This will be the quickest interview as well.
Quick game, quick interview. I love it. Early bed. Anyways, I mean, I guess something that we've been talking about is, what the hell is going on this season. I guess it'd be awesome to kind of get a player's perspective, like just what's going on this season. Maybe you could give us an insight on, maybe why Wildcard and Order are doing so bad, why Overt Rhythm are kind of doing a lot better, etc.
So yeah, in OCN, obviously it's Wildcard and Order at the bottom. Yeah, they're struggling. I can't really put my finger on why. I think Order are just going through a bit of a slump because they're struggling in South APAC as well. Picking up the game against Direwolves was the only one, and Direwolves are also in a bad spot right now. And then Wildcard seems to be doing better in South APAC, which is weird. So maybe they're putting all their eggs in one basket. I don't know. But yeah, I can't really put my finger on it. I think they're just sort of struggling against these other teams, and they're, in being unpredictable. It's a matter of like, I think being able to switch up how you can play. I think that's huge, and that may be a reason as to why they're struggling in one area and doing good in others. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Vars is trying to steal your job and throw you back under the bus for an analyst position. Who knows? Come on, Vars. Got to expect better from you there, mate. But look, Digital, very quickly before we give you the floor, do you know how... Did anyone say to you how quick that game actually was?
No. It doesn't. I heard you guys saying it just before, and it doesn't surprise me because there were a couple of rush rounds, and yeah, 7-1 scoreline. So it doesn't surprise me. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no one told me.
Yeah, quickest game in OCN, mate. 35 minutes that took. 6 minutes off the closest game to you. So, I mean, that's a speed run and a half, mate. Look, we'll keep the interview as short as the game was. Final words before we let you go.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you to fans, and thank you to Chiefs. Thank you to my team, and thank you to you guys. I will say one thing: if you guys are looking for an APX skin, head over to my Twitter. It's right there, bottom left. Retweet and like my post. Go on my post first, and then go to my teammates. Yeah, and follow me for a chance to win some credits and some skins, guys. Thank you, guys.
You know what? from the king of plugs, I could tell you, you didn't
Cheers.
do too bad there, Digital. Oh, get off here! Get off! Get him out of here, Digital. Congratulations, mate. We might see you tomorrow night. Who knows?
Cheers, guys.
He's full of them. He is bloody full of them
Pretty good
and full
plugs,
of
alright.
it. He's out there. Whatever plugs he can get on the board for the Chiefs, I guess they'll be more impactful than he is in the server, that's for sure. But looking forward for Chiefs now, Vast. That pretty much sets them on the road for great success. I'm pretty sure that 100% locks them into playoffs, and you've got to be happy, especially being an ex-Chiefs boy.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, it's good to see, them kind of still thriving without me. But also, it's just good to just spectate and watch Ethan. I just love watching Ethan Worthy running around the server and just dominating. It's just, I don't know, words can't describe it. But yeah, they're in a really good position for playoffs, and I think now that there's a little bit of pressure off their backs, and hopefully that means that they can perform, a bit, put more attention into APAC South and perform a bit better there.
No, well, let's hope that they can kind of put the back burners on and start to impress us across the board. But two teams that have been impressing us across the board, it's Knights and it is Bliss. It's the match of the day. It's coming up right after this.
Attackers bomb diffuser has been spotted. Located.
Order now at macros.com.au.